Good morning. It's a pretty special day here in the mobile hunting community, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Without further ado, I give you the Praxis Pack from Latitude Outdoors.
You can't run from me. You can't hide from me. You can't run from me.
So we've waited years for something like this to come along. For the most part, if you wanted a pack that had a frame, you had to hit up one of the Western companies. Name your Western company, Kufaru, Exo. Exo was my favorite. I had the K4 frame, 2200 bag. You could bounce back and forth between, mobile hunting and Western hunting, but a bag, even a 2200 bag is kind of big unless you're doing like a pack-in camp or something in the Appalachian Mountains. So a few specs to throw your way on this to kind of just get out of the way. The frame is 2.5 pounds. Overall weight of the entire pack is 4.5 pounds. The frame has carbon fiber running horizontally and 70-75 aluminum stays running vertically, of course. The new features that they've kind of invented, if you will, or just, added to the pack are some dog bone straps and torque straps that help you secure your meat, your gear, your layers, whatever. Frame height, kind of important, 22 inches. Hip belt is 20 to 40 inches in adjustment, and the shoulder straps have multiple adjustments for height, for different height people, of course. All right, so to show you this pack, we're going to just basically undress it, because that's really the only way I know how to do it, especially self-filming. So first and foremost, we have our compression panel here. You've got your little rubber loops up top, and you'll find this bag and frame is covered in these loops all over the place. It gives you a wide array of options to attach anything you want on this pack. So we'll go ahead and undo that. And while I'm thinking about it, they've got these little strap keeper systems, which are pretty cool actually. They help keep your tag ends kind of organized, because if you've ever ran a pack, it can look like you've got dreads on your back with all the tag ends of the straps flowing around. So your compression panel, for those that don't know, is a great way to secure gear, layers, a skull, cape, whatever, to the face of the bag. Next, we'll talk about the dog bone straps here. They've got the rubber hypalon right here. And one of the things that I think should be mentioned is that when you put your sticks vertically, this is what's contacting them, not a metal or a plastic buckle that's loud, can break, make noise, whatever. So we'll undo those. We've got two of those on the face of the bag. Now, moving on, we've got our Nalgene pouches, side pouches, water bottle pouches, whatever you'd like to call them. Shameless plug. We've got our new water bottles sitting in there, and there's actually a bunch of room left over inside those for tripod, camera arm, trekking poles, whatever you want. You also have this bungee system that is made to be replaceable and runs through the top of the bag, or top of the pouch, and you can just literally cinch whatever you want right down if you so shall need. Moving on, we've got the front pocket here in the bottom. I'm just going to detach these real quick and get these out of the way so you can see. So you have access to this front pocket, and while I have this bag stuffed for display, you can see my hand runs up to the center of the bag basically. You've got access from either side. I tend to put things that I might need but don't necessarily need right away because again, you might have sticks, platform, whatever on the face of this bag. And if there's anything I've learned from my boy Brian Landry over at Mobile Hunting Gear, is that you want to have an efficient setup with your pack so that you really do the least amount as possible and spend more time scouting, deer hunting, climbing up and down, etc. So we'll just leave this unzipped, but it does not look like a big pocket. This pocket is spacious as hell. Power bank, charging cord, toilet paper, you name it, go right in there and have plenty of other room. Next, we've got our top pocket, and I'm just gonna pull stuff out as we go. Little roosted shirt there. Again, this runs all the way down to right here. This is a deep, spacious pocket. While there is not organization within the pocket, it's meant to be more like a Western style pack in the sense that you can put all kinds of stuff in there right out the gate, knife, long handle spoon, couple of meals, stove, whatever you need right in here. Let's take care of these bottom straps. Obviously we know what these are for, but just undo the gated clips here. And you can hold your sticks, a puffy, hoodie, whatever you want, right down there. So now, my favorite part, well, kind of my favorite part, the reason that we've been waiting for something like this, the main compartment. So to start off, you have access from the bottom on both sides of the pack. All right, so if you've got a bunch of different things stuffed in there and you need to get to something that's on the bottom while you're in your tree, for example, you just unzip this and reach right in and grab it, zip it right back up, all right? But we'll go ahead and unzip it, and as you can see, I've got my water bottle, my water bladder hose running out through the top. I just basically zip the zippers to the hose wherever I want the hose coming out the bag, and it's perfectly fine. We're gonna unzip this bad baby, and I'm gonna show you guys some cool stuff here. All right, let's pull these Latitude hoodies out of here real quick. So you've got your water bladder pouch right here. Again, replaceable bungee. You can cinch it right down if you like. One of the things that I think is cool is you can not only put this in there, but let's say you got like a rain jacket or something that got wet, just stuff it down in there away from everything else too. But you've got your little hanger here that you can easily just go like this and then run that up through there and it'll hold it. So that way if it's a smaller bladder or something, it's not sagging down in there. So as we move on, I'm gonna show you something inside the bag real quick. So we've got a couple of grommets in the bottom and we have these elastic straps toward the bottom on each side. If you want to carry extra water, a stove, something you don't want turned over, you just want, kind of stuck to the side of the pack, you can stick it right down in there and you're good to go. Now, you see all this internal organizational stuff here. I think it's important to note that if you unzip your pack and you're wanting to utilize these, let's say this isn't on the mannequin here for a second. Let's say we're hanging in a tree. This is on your bow hook or your gear hanger, whatever. All you're gonna do is unzip. You're gonna unzip the zippers to the top of the water bottle pouches on the side there. And then when it hangs over, it's at the perfect height. You now have a pocket in here, which is not to be confused with this pocket. And then you have a pouch here, a divider, and another pouch here. So you can stick your binos down in there, you can stick a grunt call, rangefinder, release, all your gear that you need in the moment, is easily accessible right here, with the bag being accessible as well. So now let's take a look at the frame. We'll remove the bag, and then I'll kind of show you the features that go along with the frame here. So we've got these gated clips right here. I've got them a little tight, so it might be kind of difficult. There we go. Woo! All right. Bag is released. Now, first, I don't want to forget this. So the frame and the bag have a handle. Some people might think that's dumb to mention, but I think it's pretty important. You can see that the handle holds its form. So when you need to shove it up onto a cut off tree branch or something, or onto a hook on your gear strap, it makes it a little easier. These are their new torque straps, and they're pretty interesting because not only, trying to do this without ripping my mannequin in half here, not only can you cinch down your meat better, which I did have the honor to run this pack in the late season and in some scouting trips, and I killed a doe, put the meat in there, and these are phenomenal for securing that meat even more. You'll find, if you haven't packed out a deer before, when you get that meat off the bone, which oftentimes we are with a whitetail, because you're trying to pack out everything, the meat just gets a little squishy and it just moves around. It doesn't hold its form very well. So when you have these along with your crib, it's going to be really nice. But you can also secure gear to your frame. You can put a platform. I'm going to do a video where you can put a stand on here and just all different kinds of things. But also, when you have the bag up here against the frame, you can quick cinch a set of sticks, platform, whatever, using these as well. So they're actually really cool, and kind of excited to put them to use even more. So we've got our crib load pouch right here. As you can see, it's got 2 snaps. You open it up, you can keep, let's say you're going to go on a pack out, you've killed an elk and you've carried a quarter out. You go back, you stick your compression panel in here, or the extra crib or something, and zip it up, keep your kill kit in there, you're good to go. So you don't have to take your bag. And while we're at it, let me just go ahead and show you how to remove said bag. So it's actually connected in 2 areas. First, you're going to undo these bottom straps where we had our Kuyu Puffy. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to undo these gated clips here. It's very simple. You squeeze them together and it pops that little metal ring, or whatever you want to call it, the gate. We'll just kind of set the bag off to the side. So now we've got this back down here. So now all we have are our straps that kind of help cinch down the meat. We're going to teach you how to get the crib onto the crib loader here. I took the liberty of taking some of this off, and we'll speed it up because it's honestly just boring. You're slipping each one of these through its respective little slot. No jokes, please. So we've detached the crib from the back side of the bag, and we've taken the liberty of detaching our G-hooks here from all the little inner straps. So we're going to pop the crib load pouch down. We're going to attach the crib like so to these loops here. Now, just to give you a visual, let's pretend, if you will, that this is our bag of meat. We're going to set it up against the frame so that the bottom is down here on the crib load. Come up and over the top, and then, of course, that would get hung up on the wrong side. All right, now all we're going to do is pull the slack out. And of course, a bag of meat would fill this way better, but I just wanted to give you guys a visual. From there, all you got to do is attach your G-hooks at each point here, at each connecting point, and pull the slack out, adjust them how you need them. And the one really good piece of advice that I can honestly give is this. Keep all of your straps tended up with these strap retention systems, and you'll be really happy when you go to pack and unpack and repack and all that. So that gives you a pretty good idea of how to pack a bag of meat or a quarter or a cape. I've not been fortunate enough to take a buck with this pack yet, but we will do it this year, and I promise you I will show you everything I can about it. But that, in a nutshell, is how we secure our bag of meat to the frame using their crib load system. It's actually pretty slick. Some of the other things I want to go over are the accessories. So right out the gate, as you can see, we've got Ranger pouches attached to the hip belt here on each side. And that's going to help you carry all kinds of different stuff. Rangefinder on hand if you're on a spot and stock hunt. Also, snacks and things you might need, release, etc., right? But one thing I think that a lot of people should do that I got to do last year and I will always do is if you have the Latitude Profile platform, get you the pocket. If you don't have it, get the profile pocket, attach it to the bag, and now you have even more storage going on with your pack. That's not really something, to me, it's a selling point, but at the same rate, it's not like you get all that with the pack. So I don't want to act like that's the biggest deal. You still have to pay for something extra, but I think it's a hell of an addition, similar to, any accessory, you're going to pay extra for it, right? The other thing that I want to mention is that you can damn near attach anything you want to this frame when you put the crib back up, and I'll show you some footage. I think I have some of Alex. Let's say you're going to shoot the bow hunter dust-off in Wilmington, Ohio on August 1st. Try to win $2,000, Rather than taking a pack or, a hip quiver or a stool or just shooting with your quiver on, you can get a pouch to put right here, or simply use this, stick you some foam down in here, and literally carry your arrows, a water bottle, whatever you want, and you've got everything you need right there to shoot a shoot. Same with tack, whatever, right? So I think that'll be a pretty neat thing to do. The other thing is you can attach all kinds of pouches. I'm pretty confident you could attach a Ranger 11. And again, I'm going to do a video where we create a system to carry a stand with this because I think it'd be phenomenal. Right, so let's go over the suspension. First and foremost, obviously, you got your hip belt here. Got a lot of adjustment. It's very simple to figure out. You literally just pull this out like so, and you can loosen it, pull it back to tighten. Like I said before, you've got your option to connect Ranger pouches to the side. You got your sternum strap, molly web up here so that you can attach different accessories right out the gate. You can get a pouch I think they've got a vertical pouch out or coming out that'll fit like cell phone, little stupid stuff that you might need. Load lifters are up top here, and obviously your tag ends are organized with your your strap retention. And then I didn't do a good job of this, but you've got a spot to keep your water bottle hose from swinging all over the place up here and coming down your shoulder. Other than that, guys, you'll be able to buy this pack at the Wilmington, Ohio show July 31st through August 2nd. And then if you want to come to our southern show down in Dalton, Georgia, August 14th through 16th, you can purchase this on the spot, test it out, pit it against other companies' packs if you'd like. This pack will not be for every single mobile hunter. That's just the reality of what we do. I'm just here to bring you what I think is a great option, and hopefully you'll be able to come to the show and make an informed decision. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.